Hey there, we're back for another Madden 25 ranked match, and in today's game I'm going to be using the Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and I'm going to be talking about the playoff matchup that I'm looking forward to most this weekend, and that is the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. So many things that make this game interesting, and the first off, you got to talk about the Niners playing exceptional football right now. They were dinged up early in the year, so that led to a few of their losses most likely, and just been battling injuries, and they were able to really put it together and get on a roll towards the end of that year and really start playing some exceptional football. And they're playing really well right now. And they also have that chip on their shoulder that they beat the Packers last time, kind of handled them pretty well. Kaepernick en route to making it to the Super Bowl with that read option scheme and just really carving up that Packers defense. So they got that on their side, and they know they have a better record than the Packers, although the Packers do still have that home field advantage being the division winner. So, next factor, we got to look at the Packers. These guys, talking about injuries, they lost their quarterback, lost a bunch of wide receivers, lost dudes all over the place, and now they're starting to all come back. Cobb came back week 17, the man himself, Rodgers, came back, and they're going to be playing in the playoffs. And another thing with that is the fact that both of these teams are kind of now just starting to all play together and just finally pulling it all together. Personnel-wise, just playing without injuries is huge. Injuries is such a crucial part of the NFL, and losing any key player is going to be big for you. So, especially losing the quarterback or losing wide receivers or losing just key parts of the offense definitely makes a huge difference on both sides. So, now that we've talked about kind of the injury situation and the personnel, I'm sure there's still guys injured on both sides, but both of the teams have a majority of their guys back at this point. Now we need to talk about the home field, and that is Packers all the way. Advantage for them, I think, or not. Let's think about it. There's really 4 ways or 2 ways you can look at it for both teams. One, advantage Niners because they're a run-first team. They're a ground team. They want to run. They want to, they don't mind playing in the cold because of the run. Or 2, they're coming from California, and it's cold. I'm not sure if there's going to be snow or sleet or rain or anything like that, but it is cold. I'm from Minnesota, and Wisconsin right next door. They're not quite as cold as here, but 5 degrees really ain't going to make that much of a difference. It is cold. And that's all I'm gonna say. It's cold. It's like frostbite cold. Like you don't want to be outside right now. I'm telling you that much. You don't want to be outside right now. It's freezing. So coming from California, very warm. Well, considerably warmer than here. That could be a downfall for them, and they're not ready for that cold. And then we can look at it from the Packers side. They're used to the cold. They're at home. They got their home fans. They're in the cold. They're used to it. This is where they live. This is where they stay. This is where they, do everything. And they're used to it. They're good to go. Advantage them. Or they're a passing team, and this hinders them. Bad weather hinders passing teams. Seen it over the years with teams in the playoffs where the teams that are more ground teams benefit in the playoffs, and the teams that are passing teams kind of get hindered because of weather, because of wind, cold, just the ball. Just a lot tougher for quarterbacks to make those passes and receivers to hold on to it and things like that. So, it could go either way. You can kind of look at it both ways. Then the other chip on the Packers' shoulder, we talked about it on the Niners, them having that one up because they know they beat them last time, so just do it again. The Packers, we got to get revenge. They got to get revenge, especially their defense. Their defense has got to be saying, we're going to stop Kaepernick. We're not going to allow what happened last time to happen again, things like that. So those types of things are all going to factor into who's going to win this ball game. Overall, I think the Niners could win big or win in a close game, and I think the Packers could win in a close game. What do I think is going to happen? I do have to give my advantage to the Packers in a very tight game, maybe a 3 or 4 point victory, but we will have to wait and see. But hopefully you guys enjoyed my input, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to these playoff matchups as much as me. Until the next time, guys, we gone.